Hello. Check the description box below to see when this actually gets started. But hello. 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 Make sure that's the right mic, and it is. Okay. Hey Babs, how are you? Well, I hope. This is an early live, so I don't know who else is going to be here. We'll get started when there's 20 people in the room, because then it's a party. Okay, do not disturb. Yes, see, it is on. Hey, Joslo. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Just My 2 Cents. Hi, Koss. Welcome. I've never seen your name before. Hello. Thank you for joining. I'm so disappointed to see Trish take Icky Ricky to her dad. Yeah, I did see that. I was like, what? Oh, girl, why would you even? For the plot? I mean, I do things for the plot all the time, so I get that. Hey, Just My 2 Cents. What's that face? Oh, don't make that face, girl. Don't make that face, girl. Happy birthday. Welcome to the club. It's a great decade so far. I mean, I say as a childless single lady, so I don't know what your experience is, but it's been great. Hey, Jocelyn. Hey, Denise. Thank you, Jocelyn, for the tip. Thank you so much. I'm always so appreciative. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Really, truly, and thank you so much. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jess. Happy birthday to you. And many more on Channel 4 and Scooby-Doo. What? Mickey, you're in your 70s, girl? You're in your 60s? This whole time, Mickey, I had no idea. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, what a pity you don't understand. You take me by the heart when you take me by the hand. Oh, Mickey, what a pity. See, it's girls like you, Mickey. I want to do, Mickey, do, Mickey. I'm going to get a thing on this so I can't sing it. But anyways, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to my February friends. Okay, here we go. Happy birthday. No, I can't. No, I can't. Oh, yes. Happy birthday. Well, I don't know what we're doing here. If we can't live on our own, I don't want to live that way, Jess. So happy birthday. Oh, I love that. I know, Jocelyn. I know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hey, Miss Sweet Tooth. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, Denise. So here's the truth. I have something in the oven. Okay. So either I can't get started because I'm going to have to quit. It's probably got another 15 minutes, but I don't also want to sit here for 15 minutes and not talk about anything. So here's what we're going to talk about. Let's talk a little bit about Single Life. I did not watch this week's episode. So I think that sucks. I haven't watched it yet, and I got to watch it, and then I'll talk to you guys about it because I wasn't going to do a separate thing. I hate Gino so much. And I don't want to talk about Liz. Like, there's just so many people I don't want to talk. Oh, what am I cooking? I'm making the viral TikTok sensation. It is a Trader Joe's only, not Trader Joe's only, I mean, but this is where people are getting the ingredients from, but it's like a red Thai curry. So it's a can of coconut milk. It's 2 cloves of minced garlic. It is the soyaki from Trader Joe's. It is the red curry sauce from Trader Joe's. Then you get some red curry paste. In my case, I had yellow curry paste. And then I added some serrano chili because I didn't have Thai chilies. I mean, I could have gotten them, but I was like, I already have serrano here, so what the hell? And then you get the pot stickers, the chicken or the pork from Trader Joe's. And KLs. You can get the crunch like chili oil and then some green onions to garnish. But anyways, you mix all of those wet ingredients together. And then you put the pot stickers in a 13x9 and you set your oven at 400. And then for oh my God, I think it's only 20 minutes. I put in there for 40 minutes, girl. Let me check. Oh, that's why I smell it. Cause I'm like, I smell it. Okay. Hold on. What are the directions? Whew. Okay. I'll be back. 20 minutes. I should have been taken out. I'm so glad we talked this through. Because the edges are crispy, but that's fine. But anyways, so it's basically like the coconut curry, like red Thai, but just like a faster way of making it. And I've had it before. It's delicious. So there we go. Wait, what aren't you guys watching? Jocelyn says, I'm not watching either, but I did watch Fast Forward until I've seen Kimberly. Oh, girl. That's the best part of it. To be honest, is Kim Bali. Okay, Crystal, don't get into a car accident, girl. Hey, Wah, I'm a white older woman. Well, I knew that you were white. Just didn't know that you were in your 70s. I didn't know that. In my mind, I'm like, maybe she's late 40s. Like, I don't know, girl. I assume everybody's my age until you all are like, oh no. It's like there's like Joslo, Babs, you, and I don't know, Babs, are you Canadian too? So it's like there's like I have 3 Canadian ladies that are seasoned that follow me, which is such a shock. You guys should have a meetup. Well, I don't know where Joslo is, but I know Mickey's on the West Coast. Mm. Wait, no, I think you're on the East Coast, right, Mickey? Girl, I don't know. I don't want to tell you guys business. But there's also Connie. Shout out to Connie who can't make a live, but I know she watches. But Connie's not a white lady, but she's Canadian. So there's that. Hey Chantal. Hello. But I automatically assume that everybody that follows me is a Black woman around my age until otherwise noted. And also Jocelyn. Jocelyn, where are you from? Are you also Canadian? There's like a white lady club, a white lady Canadian club. You guys should join it. Okay, Jocelyn. Jocelyn is East Coast. Ooh, are you from Newfoundland? Newfoundland? Are you from New Brunswick? Is that a province? Oh, Chantal, girl, club. There's a whole club. Hi, Monica. Okay, well, now that the crisis is over and I've actually gotten my food out and I didn't burn it, like, shall we talk? Shall we dance? Have you guys seen that movie? Have you seen the English version and the Japanese version? Hey, I have. Oh God, I'm such a weird, eclectic. Like the gambit of the things that I know and the movies that I've watched is wild. I was at work and I am in a new position, so I'm no longer in HR, thank God. And I was talking to one of the managers, one of the level above me, and we went from talking about how we miss John McCain, and I'm not Republican, but I'm like, can we get the Maverick back? Because there was a time when I was like, Republicans, but now I'm like, racist white supremacists. Like, it's a different level. I don't know if you guys like those of you guys are Canada, but I don't know how to put it into words how I feel, knowing that before we talked a lot of mess about Bush and there was no weapons of mass destruction and like things were very binary and polarized, but like I don't even feel binary and polarized right now. I just feel sad and scared. Like, that is what I feel. I feel like the country is regressing. I feel like those people who once had power are now feeling like they're going to lose power. So they're just like placating to the people who have no power but are the same skin color as them, to have them believing that somehow immigrants are the problem. And I don't even know how you guys feel from the outside looking in, but like it is devastating. And it's devastating to know that you work with people who voted for him. And to know that those people who voted for him are either racist themselves or are voting for racist ideals because they are scared. And then you go, so you're not a thinker. You're not a person that goes, what's the worst case scenario? Like, I don't care about my neighbor. I only care about me. And then those people who are like, I don't care about my neighbor, only care about me, are the ones that are like yelling at their Christian. It is just, it's baffling to me. And it's like, it's not a conversation to be had because people are very, on other sides. But I'm like, that's the line I draw in the sand for that, honestly. And like, I've never felt that way about my Republican counterparts. Like, I always felt like, oh, we want the same thing, but we just have different ways of going about it. And now I'm like, oh, we don't want the same thing. We don't want the same thing. So it's like weird because I was talking to my coworker, white male, older than me, Gen X, talking to him about John McCain in the good old days, and like I was like, what is binders full of women? Where's he at? Where's that guy? It's like, where's that guy? And then I was like, then I started talking about like space, and then I started talking about like Neil Tyson deGrasse and like how much I listen to him and like love him and like whatever. And then I started talking about like, I don't know, we started talking about ice fishing and like Midwestern culture because he's from here. And this we just like jumped around from so many different topics that I was like, he was like, that's crazy that you have such a, and I was like, I think it's crazy that you do too, because I think I'm the only person who thinks about all of these things at once. Also, then we throw in British period dramas and like Shakespeare. And like, I just have such a wide gambit of things that I'm interested in. Definitely not everything. But yeah, anyways, and like what's happening in Iran right now is like wild. So Degrassi Tyson, sorry, I said Tyson Degrassi. Degrassi Tyson. Like, hi Saraya. I don't think I have the mental wherewithal to watch every single life. Each and every of the cast is awful. Yeah. Okay, see, I told you, you guys should have a meetup. Okay. You guys should have a meetup. It's Joslo, Mickey, Babs. You guys need to have a meetup. Chantal, I don't know how old you are, but if you want to join. Hey, D man. Oh, is it a male? Hey. Are you in Canada? Hey, Ken. How are you? Hey, Vanessa. Hello. Sorry, did I already say hi? I mean, in my mind, I said hi. So if I didn't say it, hello again. Okay, I think I got everybody. Sing. Hello. Tell us a joke. Knock knock. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Okay, I think I got everybody. We can get started. It's been 16 minutes. Oh, thanks, Ken. Okay, great. All right, you guys. Yo, Kim Bali is wild. I'm gonna watch the rest of it. I'm gonna watch season episode 2, and then maybe I'll just like do a sneak live whenever I can, but who knows. I wish that I could just like go live or like do some kind of audio where I just call you as I drive. Like it would be so much better for me. Because you know my work schedule is upside down. This is basically 1 a.m. for me because I have to be at work at 12:30 a.m. So like I need to go to bed soon. Okay, let's get the party started. What time is it? Let's get started at 17:30. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated. Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, season 8, episode 10. Prepare for arrival. My name is Wah. I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as 90 Day Fiance, Love After Lockup, Love is Blind. So if you are at all interested in that content, please go on ahead and subscribe to my channel. Also, my first 2 episodes of Love is Blind season 10 Ohio is available. I am doing it with my neighbor Shay. You remember her. She joined me on DocuSweeties. So if you don't remember her, get to know her. She's great. But this is 90 Day Fiance. So if you get the hee hee ha ha's while watching this and you want to give your girl a tip, you can do so with the option scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Otherwise, let's get the party started with our first couple. Let's just talk about these two fools. We've got Zied and Emma. So you guys, Emma revealed on her TikTok for the last couple of weeks that she started wearing wigs when she was in her early 20s. She's 27 right now because she really kind of damaged her hair in her teens. And so she just wanted to have the option of doing different things. And so we missed the blonde era and this is her dark haired era. And so she's just like really gotten into it. And now she's like, I don't give an F. And here's the truth. I'm here for it because I think that Black women have been wigging it out for forever, since Schoolhouse Outhouse, since since the Supremes. Black women have been like just doing wigs. And then there's Dolly Parton, right? Like she did the wigs. And these are celebrities. But otherwise, Black women have been doing wigs throughout the generations since the 80s. I'll give them at least, right? Regular degulars, not just superstars. And there's always been a kind of a division with non-Black women who feel like wearing wigs is like a sign of maybe their hair is not doing too well, or they're physically not doing too well, or like there's some kind of medical issue. But girls, we need to take a book out of what's her name's page from the first season of Real Housewives of Atlanta and going ahead and get ourselves some wigs if we are a blonde lady, if we were a non-black woman. Because that lady, what's her name? Party in the Yard or Party Hardy? What's her name? I don't know. She had her own show, spinoff. She married that football player who was like 10 years younger than her. She had wigs on. So I want us to normalize it for all women to wear wigs to do whatever they want to do. And that's Emma. Okay, great. Now, Emma starts with a trip on her birthday, and Zied has like done something for her, and she feels it's so special. And they're driving in the desert, and he's like, "It's just rocks," and she's like, "It's Mars." And I was like, you know what? Good that she actually could identify the terrain of Mars. Should she have a conversation with Neil deGrasse Tyson? I mean, that's probably the extent of her knowledge, but hey, it's a little bit that counts. And so she's like, "Oh my God, look at it. It's so great. It's so beautiful." And he's just like, "It's fine." And then she's wearing heels and she cannot walk because these roads are not meant for heels, but they're even like a chunky heel and she can't do it. And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I told you." And she's like, "Well, it's for the plot. I'm wearing heels because it's my birthday." And so then the cameras are like, "Hey, how are you doing, Ziad?" And he's like, "I'm great. I'm real well rested." And they're like, "Why?" And he's like, "No reason. Just got a lot of sleep." Meanwhile, he bossa nut with Emma, and he thinks that we all don't know. So she spilled the tea, girl. She told him that she said he bossa nut twice. Bossa nut. And so that's why he's well rested. So they get to the encampment and it's a tent set up like a butte like a glamp. They're glamping. Okay, you walk in, it's got a fireplace, it's got a rug, it's got a bed, it's big enough for two, but he's gonna stay in his own space. And she's like really disappointed. And I just am an old single person to where I'm like, it's ideal that I get my own space and you get own your own space. And then first night you come to my space and then we do some not spacing. And then the second night I go to your space and then we do some not spacing there. But in between time, meantime, I need my own space, get out. Like this idea of like, you don't want to stay with me, I'm going to be alone. Like, absolutely. I've got to like, there's things I got to do. I got to belch. I got to pass gas. There's like, there's like bodily functions that I don't need everybody else my business about. If I haven't known you for a decade plus, like I need you to get out so that I can like live my life, right? I could just be a human. All right. And that's me. That may not be you, but that's me. And so she's very disappointed in that. He's like, whatever. And he goes away. Then it's her birthday the next day. They get on camels or later that night. I don't know. It's that day. They get on camels and she's so excited. And it's kind of fun to see her glee and her be so excited about these camel rides. And everybody, she's like, "Hi, my name is Emma." And I'm like, "Girl, you know what? I'm here for it. Have a great time on your birthday." And so she has a great time. And then later that evening, they have dinner and it's tagine and he doesn't eat. And he's just sitting there and it's cold because that's what happens in the desert. It gets cold. Even though it's hot as hell during the day, it gets cold at night. And so he doesn't eat. And then the birthday cake comes out and she's like, "That's it." Like she's fully expecting a proposal for some odd reason. And I'm like, "Girl, you're not going to get a proposal because you haven't met his family. Also because you're not suitable to meet his family. Also because you're not his religion. Also because you're just a whore out in the streets right now with these clothing. So you're not, there's so many reasons why you're not going to get a proposal. It's crazy. So many reasons. His friends don't approve of you, which means his parents fully won't approve of you. Like nobody approves of you, girl. You're not going to get a proposal." But she's like, "Oh, I'm not going to get a proposal on my birthday. That's the thing that I want the most." And then I think to myself, whoever you end up getting married to, especially during this time period of your life where you think that a proposal and your birthday needs to coincide, is not going to be somebody that you're going to be with forever because you're not really thinking through this whole marriage thing. That being said, he's being weird. So she's like, "Uh-oh, what's going on?" The next day she calls him out on it. She's like, "Why are you being weird?" And he's like, "Well, you need to tell me what happened when you stopped talking to me." She's like, "Ooh, ee." She's like Lucy. "Ooh, Mickey. Ooh," you know? And finally she's like, "I gotta come clean." So she's like, "Well, I actually got on an app, the app that I met you on, because the guy I was dating, he's Moroccan, name's Mohammed. I thought he was cheating on me, so I joined this app, and then while I was on it, I met you. But he was cheating on me, so, like and so he's like, "So you've met another Moroccan? You want Moroccan man?" And she's like, "I mean, no, it just happened to be." And I was like, "Girl, just flip that table around and be like, how many Americans have you been talking to? Did you just wanna talk to an American? Did you just want any American girl to come here?" And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. So crazy. All right. So the next couple that we're gonna talk about is Cornelius Bollywog. Bunny, Bunny, Bonini. Cornelius Bollywog and Anna Lynn. Okay, Cornelius Bollywog he ratchets it up his loserness to like exponential degrees up in the air. I am so how can you compare what someone gets from $600 a month in the Philippines versus whatever else you make? I don't know, the other 1,400 you make a month. Okay, anyways. So we start off and they are leaving their honeymoon and they're going to Manila. And she's like, "We have to pray." And he's like, "No." And she's like, "No, don't play with God on plane." And I said, "Listen, if somebody were to tell me to pray on a plane, I'm gonna pray on that plane. Okay? Because there's a couple places I don't play it with God that I don't believe in. That's in the air. That's in the air and any other place where what does it hurt? You know, she has her rosary and everything. Girl looks like it's made out of jade. I said, I love that for you. So so anyways, they get to her home and he's like, "Everybody's staring at me. I don't think they've ever seen an African American." I was like, there's so many more. There's so much more. It's because you're tall. It's because you're like redhead and obviously black, but like where are you from? And there's cameras. There's just more than just you. Okay. So she's like a movie star. She's ready to go. She's got her 80 sunglasses on and she's like, "This is my house." And we get there and he's like, "Oh, she's got the biggest house on the block." And I was like, "How can you tell? How can you are you inside everybody else's house with the measuring tape to see what the house she is? What how big her house is?" So he gets inside of it and he's like, "Oh, I'm surprised to see how big it is and like, how much space she has." Meanwhile, I'm living in a smaller home with 3 roommates. I don't think she needs a second story. And I thought to myself, "Are you saying that you don't want to send $600 to your wife?" And that's the cheap version. If she actually lived in the US, you wouldn't be able to get away with $600. In the US? You would spend way more on her in the US than you would giving her a measly $600 a month for your wife, who you are like, she needs to like be patient with me and she needs to love me for who I am and whatever other nonsense you brought to us. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm starting to see that, she's got a big closet and clothes she doesn't wear and pictures of her traveling." And I'm like, "So you want her how much you want her to live off of? $200 a month? Live in a smaller hovel and not go anywhere?" First of all, you also don't know if you are exclusively the how she gets money. We don't know. Also, how many pictures did you see? Did she go on all those trips within the 3 years y'all were married, or were they prior to you? Did she have those clothes prior to you? Big closets? How much them closets cost to put in? Like, I mean, any more context for me to even remotely be on her side, and even then, I'm not gonna be on the side. I'm never gonna be on the side. You don't want your wife to live better than you? Then what should you do? Move to the Philippines then, so that you can live in the lap of luxury. That apartment did not look lap of luxury to me. It looked nice, but could it use another coat of paint? Could the furniture be not secondhand? There's like she wasn't living like Sheena's family. Now that's lap of luxury. Because Molly was low key jealous. I can't even get to Molly was like, oh my god, it is so crazy sometimes when you meet like people who feel like I don't know. I don't want to say this because I don't know it to be true. But I feel like sometimes there's a certain group of people who feel that their poverty is the saddest case of poverty and that they shouldn't be impoverished. And that when they go to meet other people in other countries because they've been fed a certain image of what other people are living, the fact that someone else might be living a better life than you is like, well, I mean, it's Americans are so weird. Americans are so weird. It is weird to me that this American man will go to this foreign country and then be mad that his wife is quote unquote living better than him because you thought she should be living worse than you, which is your fault for being ignorant. Because if you weren't ignorant, you would have taken your ass on a plane, learned some Tagalog, went over there and did whatever you needed to do. He could be American tour guide. His wife is a citizen. Why can't she get a business together? He could have worked his little tookus off, got a second job, saved up all his money, and they could just be a tour guide or something where his English gets him whatever. And then they could be doing well. They could have themselves a little bed and breakfast with jackfruit and banana, plantain, and other delicacies. You know, get them some corn and cheese desserts. Like, it's just like, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I get an opportunity to move to another country, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be in the tourism business 100%. I'm gonna buy me a boat. I'm gonna get me a license. I'm gonna give me some life jackets, and I'm gonna take people on tours. I will take Americans on tours, and I will charge them an exorbitant amount of money. Because guess what? Your tour guide speaks English, so you're gonna pay for it. They're crazy. So, anyways, he's like, "Oh, I live in a smaller house with 3 roommates." I'm like, "Are those roommates your brothers? Who are these roommates?" That's their house must be gross. Anyways, he says that he feels taken advantage of. But anyways, we meet his mom, her mom. And her mom is like into it. She's like, "Look at this tall black man. Look at this tall African American." She's like, "Let me wipe that sweat off your face." She's looking up him like, "I would climb you like a coconut tree." And I said, "Mom, you go ahead and get that coconut tree. It's just as dumb and hollow as a coconut as you might believe. But like, you go ahead and get you a man." Get you that man. She's wiping that man's face. And what's her face is like, "I'm really surprised that my mother is as affectionate with him and holding his hand and everything." It must have been a very awkward moment. It must have been a very awkward moment. Hi, Linda. I'm glad you could make it. So anyways, that's them. Okay, let's move on to Aviva and Steeg. Okay, so we're hot off the heels of Aviva going to see his show and her feeling awkward in public, so she gets on the phone and talks to her friend. And it's the next morning, and he's standoffish, and he doesn't know how to behave, but he knows he needs to make it better. And as they're driving a little golf cart to wherever they're going, she's on her phone, and he's like, "Who are you talking to?" And she's like, "No one." And they get to their destination, which is like picnic tables in the tide or like in the water. And this is the part of Belize I don't never seen. I'm like, you know what? I need the tourist version of Belize. I want to play regular Belizean prices. I think that's the thing that stops me is that when you go to regular Belize, your dollar is doubled or the money is its money is doubled. So like an American dollar is 2 Belize, right? And so when you go to regular Belize, your dollar is $2. So your money is double. You got $50, you got 100 Belize. And they take American money. So you can just be like, dun, 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 you know, and get what you want. But then when you go to the like tourist part of Belize, you're spending American money at American prices. And that's what I'm like, I didn't come here to spend American money at American prices. Okay. I came here to get exchange rate is what I came here for. So anyways, but they do that and I was like, "Oh, that's so beautiful." So they go out and there's on these tables and it's like in the water and he gets a margarita and she gets a pina colada, a strong one. And I'm going to tell you, I've never had a pina colada. Not a real one. I feel like I feel like I need to go to the grocery store and make it because you know me. I will cook a thing in a second. And so that's what I'm gonna do. It's like pineapple and coconut, no? And rum. I'm gonna try maybe pina colada one day. And lime. Ooh, sounds delicious. Anyways, she orders that and they sit down and talk. And he's like, I think we need to take a step back because we've been having unprotected sex. And she's like, what? I don't want to take a step back. I wanted to be engaged and pregnant at the end of this. And I said, baby girl, you were in a world of hurt. If you want to be pregnant and engaged at the end of this, Steve is not going to leave Belize to come to America to work a regular job. He is a celebrity in Belize, and he gets to live out his fantasy in Belize. If I could say anything to Steve, is do not come to the States, my guy. Don't come to the States. Not if you're going to pursue a career in music. If you want to be in the medical professional, come on over. If you want to be in the medical profession, come on over. If you want a higher education, get over here. But like, don't come here and think you're going to be a celebrity because you're not going to be. Maybe a local LA celebrity or New York where there's a lot of Belizeans. Maybe. But not really. Don't come here. Your life is so much, your quality of life and the amount of sunshine you get in a year is better in Belize, and you better Belize it. Do not come here. Tell her to move there, like her auntie. So they end up having that conversation where he's like, we need to stop and slow down. She's like scared. Their next excursion is to another part. I don't know where they go, but they end up going to like regular Belize. Excuse me. Not a tourist area. And they meet her aunt who hasn't been back in Belize in 2 years. And the aunt wants to have a private conversation with her. There's a friend that the aunt is with as well. I think it's her niece from her husband's side. I still can't believe this woman doesn't have an accent. How do you live? Maybe she didn't live there for 20 years. Maybe she was married for 20 years. But me don't know how y'all live in Belize for 20 years. 20 years and not come out with an accent. I'm listening to Stieg and I have an accent. I mean, granted, I grew up around it, but like, still, I guess I'm just I'm a chameleon in that. But like, if I go to London, I'll be like, I will speak like a British person. So that's just me. That's just me. So he meets the aunt and he's like, oh, you have nice eyes. And the aunt's like, see, he's a smooth talker. And I said, Stieg, don't do nothing to make this lady, you know, because that's his charm, right? He's trying to charm her because he already knows that she's already talking shit about him. And so he shot himself in the foot because she's like, I see your charm and you're a smooth talker. So come over here. Let me have a conversation with you. He's like, fine. Because he's like, I hear you've been telling her shit about me and I don't even know you. So how you know what's happening in my life? She's like, is this not you? Is this not you? He's like, where you get that picture? Okay, so now let's move on to Bridget Jones. Bridget Jones and her skinny man. Bridget Jones and her very skinny man. Okay, so Laura and Birkan. So they get back to the room after their day at the castle and him telling her that he is a gambler. And she's like, listen, I don't like surprises. And you really surprised me with this whole I'm a gambler type situation. And I just need to know everything up front. Because my ex-husband, when we got divorced after 6 years, he left me for another woman and he took all the money in my bank account. And that really messed me up. And now I don't trust anybody. And so, like, I know that. But the truth is like this situation with your gambling and the things that you kept from me have really just made me very and quite uncomfortable. And he's like, listen, don't try to change me, okay? Because I'm fine the way I am. You know, I'll make an effort to not gamble. I'll try not to, but the truth is that's how I make my money. So unless you're going to give me money, you have to let me make my money the way I make my money. And she's like, beer con. So she like snuggles up to him and she's like, oh, you're so endearing. Everything has been so good so far. So like, I don't want to let it go because you're so great. She's like, I've definitely fallen more in love with him since being in Turkey. So the next morning, his surprises continue. They get on a boat and they have a beverage or two. And she's like, "Oh my god, like what guy will take you on the in the I don't know what sea they're in. The Acadian? I don't know. Academic? No. What sea? Okay. What sea is near Turkey? Black Sea? Aegean. I knew it was one of the biblical seas. I knew it was one of the biblical seas. Aegean. So she's like, "What man takes you in the Aegean Sea? This is so great." And he's like, "I know." And she's like, "How did you afford it?" He's like, "Gambling, bitch." Gambling. Oh, good night. He's like, "Gambling." And she's like, "Oh, well, maybe gambling is not that bad." And he produces a bouquet of flowers from somewhere. She's very happy about it. And I'm happy for her. Like, just let this man take you out in his country. Worry about his gambling and his debt when you decide to like bring him over to the US. She definitely has her groove back. But hopefully BeerCon isn't like a closeted gay man. Hopefully that's the real tea, sis. That's the real Terry McMillan tea, girl. That's the real Terry McMillan tea. Okay, so I'm just like, let this man blow your back out and give you flowers. Blow your back out and give you bouquets, girl. That's what you need. Stop worrying about like him lying to you and all this stuff. Girl, we can worry about that later. Hey, Becca Kitty Meow Meow. Okay. Um, let's move on to Lisa and Daniel. This is the one thing of the 2 weeks I haven't seen you guys. Because they show her to me. They show her to me on TikTok. This is her and her daughter Faith. Okay. Now, is our good sis wearing a braided like wig? Yes. If Lisa told me that she was a quarter black, I would believe her. It's giving Rachel Dolezal. And I'm not opposed to white women wearing braids, or any woman who's not black. I know it's a controversial take and I know you guys are going to come for me, but I feel like I'm not opposed to it is because I feel like it's only been a negative thing in corporate, or not only, but I feel like that through line of like, oh, you're wearing a hairstyle that on me would be considered ghetto, and you get the benefit of wearing it without understanding the history behind it and all that jazz. But yeah, no, I think it looks great on everybody. So I think if you are a white woman and you want to put your hair through that to get that look, then you can do so. If you're wearing a wig and you want to do it, you can do so. I mean, I think I would be annoyed if like Megyn Kelly got it. You know what I mean? If like press secretary, whatever the F her name is, Caroline Levitz got it, because those are women who would then benefit from it. But like, oh, King of Prussia, poor Biddy, ghetto homegirl with the Cookie Monster pajamas. You know who she is. Girl, if you don't get some braids and wear your baby hairs, you in the hood just like the rest of us. Well, sometimes. You in the hood just like the rest of them. So like, if you want to get you some braids and you want to do a little swoopy doo baby hairs with your slippers and your Cookie Monster pajamas, live your life. Live your life. Live your life. Not in Black History Month, girl. If you messing with old trifling ass Ray Ray too, girl, get you some braids, get you some bamboos, and live your best life. At that point, you are surrounded by it, and I'm not going to hold you responsible for your ancestors and their crimes. I'm not going to hold you responsible for it because you didn't come out on top. So, like, girl, get your braids again. I'm not pressed about hairstyles. Now, I mean, if you're like trying to be like, oh, these are Bo Derek braids, I'm going to stop you right there. Because they ain't Bo Derek braids. If we're trying to rebrand it, that's when I'm going to stop you. But if you in the hood and your frosty and your ice cream truck comes down the street, then you can get braids. If you're in the hood and you had a baby fat jacket, you can get braids. I'm gonna go ahead and give you that. You can get braids. Just go in and slick your little baby hairs and live your life. Okay. So now we're gonna move on. Let's talk about Lisa and Daniel. So Lisa and Daniel is like, I was really disappointed in Daniel yesterday because he lied to his friends and told his friends that he'd never dated another woman. And I know that's not true. We came home and he slept on the couch and I slept in the bed. And so now I'm at the pool just reflecting about everything that happened with Daniel and why he's lying to me. And then he comes down. He's like, Lisa, is that her name? Oh my God. I almost said baby girl Lisa, and then I thought maybe it's not Lisa. Another Nigerian woman, another Nigerian man with a Lisa? Why did it take me 10 episodes to bring that together? Yeah, I know, because they have a Kohan. I know they did. They have a Kohan or King of Prussia. But I don't think she's from King of Prussia. I think she's from next door. Okay? I think she's from like Squire of Squiblow. Okay? She's from Jester of George. That's where she's from. She's in the city next door. She's across the train tracks. There's a Kohan in Prussia, King of Prussia, so I know you're not from there. But anyways, across the track. What was I saying? So yeah, so she's frustrated, and he then comes down. He's like, "What, baby? Where are you? Why are you down here?" And she's like, "Well, you were in the shower. You were in the shower, so I came down to the pool." And he's like, "Oh, hello." And she's like, "So why did you lie about the other woman that you're dating, this other white woman that you're dating?" And he's like, "I don't know. I don't lie. I don't know this woman. I don't know her. Because the whole time I was talking to you, she was disturbing me. I was talking to you and she disturbing me. So prove it." And she's like, "What do you mean prove it? We talked about it. Show me screenshots. Prove I was talking to her." "You were talking to her. Do you know this girl?" "No, I don't know. I've never seen her in my life." She gets really upset. You know, and I get it, right? And so she storms off because she's like, "I can't take it anymore. I can't take these lies. He's a lying liar." And so then he then tells the confessional camera that he's like, "Of course I was talking to other white women. I didn't say it to her because, you know, like I didn't want to get her upset. So yes, I lied." Absolutely lied. Of course I talked to other white women. I talked to other American women. Why wouldn't I not? My mother said I was going to marry an American woman. So I did talking to them. So I could get to America because my mother said it. And, you know. So she texts that lady. She goes upstairs to the hotel room. She's crying. Lady texts her back and is like, "Girl, I don't have the screenshots anymore, but yeah, he's a lying liar. You shouldn't be with him." And then I remember that she is a lyingest liar of all the liars to ever lie. And I'm just like, this is great. They're both lying to each other and it's wonderful. So Daniel comes back. He admits to knowing her. And he's like, "I'm sorry I lied." "Oh, that woman? Let me see that picture again." "Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh no, you know, I now that I have my glasses off, I can see her. And yes, I do talk to that woman. She was disturbing me, but that's the woman who was disturbing me. I talked to her for a little bit, but then I started to talk to you. And then I said, I don't want this white woman. I want this white woman. And then she began to disturb me. So then I started to talk to you. I sorry I lied to you. I couldn't see her face. The picture you showed me of her was not the picture I remember in my mind. In my mind, oh, I don't know that woman. You showed me a different picture of her. She had different hair. In my mind, oh, I don't remember her. Eh? Why do you guys watch me? Why are you here right now? For the shenanigans? For the shenanigans. For the shenanigans. Okay. So, anyways, she's like, I understand why she's like, but I forgive Daniel because if it were me, I'd want to be forgiven. And I have so much more to tell him. That's a bigger deal. So it's okay. Okay. Last and definitely not least, we have got Forrest and Sheena. Now, at this point, I just really feel like Molly is looking for any reason for Sheena and Forrest to not be together. Because everything that it happens to me makes sense. So we start off with Molly needing water because it's hot. She's like, Forrest, can you bring me some water? It's hot. He's like, yes, mother. So Forrest thinks the conversation with her family went well. Molly is like, no, it did not. It just only shows that she's lying to you. She's lying to us. She's lying to everybody. She's a lying liar, Forrest, and you can't trust her. I know that your autism heart wants to just accept everything and love, 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 but no, you can't do that, Forrest. She's a liar. You see that palatial place they live in? Look at this palatial palace that we're in right now. Her family makes more money than you and I and Dev mixed together. And she has the audacity to continue to give them money? She should give us money. We're the poor ones. And Forrest is like, no, mom. So then we have a conversation with Sheena. And Sheena is watering plants that I feel like if she just put out in the yard, they would get watered because it rains so often. So she's watering the plants, and her father comes down. He's like, come here, gal. He's an accent, just so you know. Her father's Jamaican. I can't do the Tagalog accent, but her father's Jamaican now. Come here. No, African. Come here. Come. So she's like, yes, father. And then he's like, why for you tell these white people? why for you tell these white Americans that we're taking money from you? And she's like, because I feel like Forrest wants me to save the money, and if I don't save the money, then he won't love me, and he doesn't understand the family culture, and that I want to help you out, and I feel like I can't tell him. I don't know what accent that is, but that's Sheena. And the dad's like, I understand that. But also, he's the man, and he's the one who wants your hand in marriage. So if he wants you to save up money, then he should be putting money in as well. But also, don't have these people out here thinking that we're just taking money from you. Like, it's cultural. Like, you put in money to the family. She's like, yes, father, I know that. I won't do that again. And he's like, okay. Mm-hmm. And he's like, also, listen, girl, if you have to lie to your man, then that's not the man for you. He should love you regardless. And I said, go on, dad. Go on, dad. Tell your daughter the truth. Tell your daughter the truth. Gato. Oh, and the Gato sightings. I see what you're saying. Girl. Stressed, okay? Stressed. That's how stressed she is. She's like, okay. Anyways, and so then the next conversation it's not a conversation. In fact, it is a spa date. And let me tell you that Molly and Dev have never loved being in a hot pot of water more than they've ever. Molly goes back to her childhood when she had a tub. She's like, I remember when I used to just soak in the tub, and when the water would get cold, I'd let some out and I'd use my toes to fill it up with more water. And I said, Molly, I remember that too because I just did it this week. You and me, babes. You and me, babes. We sit in that tub until it gets cold, and then we let some out, and then we fill it back up again. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. My back hurts. I'm going to go soak in some tub. I got my Up and Up, my Target brand. I got myself a little midnight jasmine bubble bath and some Epsom salt because she's in her 40s. Shout out to Jess. Happy birthday. And, she needs a little soak in the tub. And let me tell you that I feel like Dev was like, oh, give me this herbal indigenous culture. give me all the leaves. I'm going to rub this leaf all over my body. He's like, I'm in a sweat lodge. I'm with my peoples. This is ancestral. This is aboriginal. This is original people. This is native. That man was rubbing those leaves. And I said, what is that? Is that Filipino eucalyptus? What does it smell like? Did we all not want to be boiled in a pot of water in humidity? Did we not want to be there? I said, if Molly's having a good time, then I know I'd have a good time too, because she hot. I said, I want to be there. Dev was having, I mean, the way that they focused in on Dev collecting the leaves and rubbing it all over himself, I was like, please, is there a native sweat lodge that I can be invited to? Because Dev was girl, a good soak. A good soak. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can say whatever you want about Sheena, but Sheena said these folks is coming to my country and I'm gonna show up and show out. These folks is coming to my country and I'm gonna show up and show out. And I said, Sheena needs to be a tour guide. I would pay her Filipino prices for a good time. Filipino prices for a good time. I pay American prices. Oh, Babs, you ain't never lied, girl. Girl, you ain't never lied. Forrest needs a J-O-B. You're from what's that movie, Boomerang? Yeah, I went on a date with him, but he ain't got no APT. He ain't got no J-O-B, and he ain't got no C-A-R. He got too many ain't gots. He ain't got no APT. He ain't got no G-O-B, and he ain't got no C-A-R. Oh my God. What a great movie Boomerang is. What a great movie. Anyways, okay. So they're doing that. Then the next thing is, where am I at? So then they have a final conversation, and Molly ends up saying, like, listen, it's cultural for me to pay for my family, and I will obviously put money into it, but I will only have access to that account, and I'll send you screenshots. You won't have access to that account, because her daddy said, don't let that man have access to your account because he's a grown-ass man who's trying to woo you. And so he tells them, he's like, yeah, she'll save money, but Forrest will no longer have access to her funds because he's a foreigner who wants to take her away. So yeah, no. And Forrest is like, okay. And Molly's like, she's a grown woman. How can her father tell her? Because she's an unmarried grown woman. She's unmarried. If her father is still alive and she is unmarried, then he is responsible for her. And he is telling her, you don't have to give him access to your money because he doesn't have any money himself. And if he wants to have a certain amount of money in the bank account so that visas can be visaed, then he needs to contribute to it as well. But he's not going to have access to your money because you're not going to be the breadwinner. He is. And Forrest like, I will get a job, sir. And Molly's like, wait a minute. Forrest, you know you can't work. My baby boy, you know you can't work. It's stressful for you. So Molly's still thinking that Forrest is the prize. And I'm like, Sheena's the prize. She always been the prize. So I'm going to need for Molly to stop trying to look out for her loser ass son right now. Because he barely got an APT. He needs a JOB. And he ain't got no CAR. I think he does have a CAR. But anyways, girl, I'm like, listen, Sheena and they're like, oh, Dev is like, well, you can't really trust her because Forrest goes to Dev for like fatherly support. She's like, well, she hasn't been honest with you. She has not been honest. And I'm like, she hasn't been honest, but it's not like nefarious. Hasn't been honest about her money. Not his money, her money. Hers. And if we're going back to traditional roles, then it's her money and it's her time. Okay. Also, why is it okay for her to tell Forrest what to do, but Sheena's dad can't? Jess, girl. Exactamente. Exactamente. She's doing exactly what she's calling out. You were telling your grown son. She's like, she's a grown 40-year-old woman. I'm like, he's a grown 32-year-old man. Yeah, with nothing. So LOL, Forrest is like, let me convert those to US dollars in my bank account. Exactly. So, anyways, girl or folks, this is not just girls in here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. That's the end of this episode. Did I miss any couples? I don't think I did. We finally on episode 11 are gonna get this girl. What a terrible picture of them. She's going to Australia to meet her Australian boyfriend, so we'll see about that. All right. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get in the tub. I gotta soak. Then I gotta try to go to bed at 2 p.m. Cheers to that. Gotta try to go to bed at 2 p.m., eat a little bit, get in the bed, and then get up and do it all over again tomorrow. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake